Oh yeah, I think we live now. For real now. This your boy, get a whole Jane reporting live on a random Sporting Dog Archive channel. And I know it's gonna be some people come on up in the room. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for the short but steady nutritional value this evening. You know what I'm saying? No proceeding this evening, just a brief, you know what I'm saying, review of some stuff from last night. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me see who I got in the chat. Dickie Foster, Marquis, what happening? Let me do my roll call on you. Guy out there jumped up in the chat room. Wait for a little more people to come up in there. How everybody doing? Y'all enjoying y'all whatever day this is? Cause my days sound like they running together now. Monday. Hope y'all staying dry, y'all. You know, folks dealing with the hurricane. I had to call down there to South Georgia for check on my people. You know what I'm saying? Harold Armstead with the check-in. What's happening? Check on my people. All y'all people up in Florida and open South Carolina, Charleston area. You know they getting hit by hurricane, tropical storm, whatever it is. Y'all checking on your folks. You know what I'm saying? But let me know if the music is too loud. I probably gonna end up cutting it off, but I said a little bit in the beginning. They cut that. Shout out to everybody. Dogman TV in the building. Salute, salute, salute. And speaking of Dogman TV, this is really the reason I was so inspired by last night's show and what I was hearing. First of all, kudos to them. So I still got my applause in here for the show they put on last night. Wonderful show. Uh, I got wonderful show last night. You know that they put on and talked about the lady. You know the women, the dog ladies. You know what I'm saying? Talked about the dog ladies, and then Lil Rock came in to talk a little boxing, which is always enjoyable. You know, and but they got into another discussion that was the exchange between Lil Rock, Nonstop, and J-Bo. I thought was a one of the best uh what you call it between them two. The conversation that was going on, one of the best I heard in a while, as far as discovery and understanding that they had much of the same type dogs, and that it was things that were being revealed on the show that they didn't know about certain dogs, like Sad Eyes, which I too have dog. I have had dogs down from Sad Eyes, and to hear what he said kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. But it's so far removed from, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, yeah, okay, Sad Eyes quit on you, but she died dead game, you know. But I don't know, anytime you hear about some stuff in your ancestors, for whatever reason, it made me like, man, another dog in my pedigree done quit. How many quitters I got in here? You know, for the real quitters, please stand up. You know, and so I'm listening to this, you know, and he was talking about something. He said, well, you know, I was going to make this breeding. I'm talking about Lil Rock. Lil Rock was talking. He was saying, I'm going to make this breeding that I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do this breeding. But the guy, I think he was talking about Dr. Doolittle, acting funny about the breeding or what have you. And then So he was like, that's okay. I'm gonna go and breed to the loner dog. He's like, y'all ever heard of the loner dog? Bowling's loner. I'm gonna go to Bowling's and breed to the loner dog. That's okay. I don't need to breed to that dog. And so this brings me into what I want to show tonight. I'm not gonna be on here a long time. I know preachers say that all the time before they go for 3 hours and stuff. But I ain't gonna do y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do y'all like that. Anyway, let me. I'm gonna show a short video to kind of like go into what I want to talk about briefly about the loner dogs. So I'm hoping that y'all see this video I'm about to show
I would
on
like
here.
to mention a
Like
dog called Bowling's Loner. Loner is a heavy woods Oso Negro and Rascal dog, both of which are supposedly brothers. Loner was a 2-time winner and produced some nice animals. I would like to go down a small rabbit hole about this dog and prodigy. One of his more famous great-grandsons is Gambler's Grand Champion Virgil, who would be Register of Merit producer, producing dogs like Champion Raptor and Long's Cannibal Cathy, just to name a few. Loner is also the sire of Grand Champion Arellano's Fly, when bred to a Jeep, and Grand Champion Miss Rage Female called Mountain Man's Daisy. Fly would have a grandson called Grand Champion ANWK's Shine. This is just a short video for dogmen to look into the loner dogs and his lineage. I
Okay.
would like to mention a dog called Bowling's Loner. Loner is a heavy woods Oso Negro and Rascal dog, both of which are supposedly brothers. Loner was a 2-time winner and produced some nice animals. I would like to go down a small rabbit.
Okay. So is the video off now? Can y'all come in and let me know if the video off? This is my first time like showing a video on StreamYard on the StreamYard. And so and shout out to Dogman TV. That's right. Nonstop did have Shine's mother. So this bringing it closer to home of what Lou Rock was talking about last night. This is like the power of okay, appreciate y'all. Appreciate it. Um Nonstop. Appreciate it, Vicky Foster. It's off. This bringing closer to home the sense of discovery in the fact of it's just goes to show you that the bulldog world is smaller than you think. And I'm talking about when I say bulldog world, I'm talking about the world, like from sea to shining sea and beyond. I'm talking about Europe, Asia, Malaysia. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna find out. Shout out John Kramer. Shout out Live Life Real. And so um you're gonna come to find out that just like what we talk about on Bulldog with Bo, that we get into the commentary that the world is smaller, bulldogs are smaller than you think. If you out here, eventually you're gonna run into the people, or people are gonna have similar or some of the same stuff or little mates of the same dogs you had. So a lot of people try to make like they dog so much special, and maybe they are to you. But at the same time, if a litter have more than one pup, somebody else got the same thing you got. They might got a male or female version of what you got, but they got the same thing you got. And I'm just going in on the fact that you have shout out Bo. That Bo in there? Okay. So you have like with Dog Man TV, like he just saying that he had Shine's mother. You see Lil Rock saying that he was going to breed the Shine. And these animals, if you would just look further into these animals, you will see that they even threw more. I just did a little light thing. You see what I'm saying? I did a little light thing just to start the discussion off and give you a precursor and a pre-understanding for those of the dog men who are not familiar with any loner dogs. They basically rascal also Negro dogs. You know what I'm saying? Now, When you see these animals, you're gonna start noticing by the way that they bred them in a certain kind of way to get them to perform. Now, I have heard other people say about the loner dogs is they bite extremely hard, but they don't stay long though. But if you can look at how those people that were successful and had the grand champions and things of that nature, like Shine, like Fly, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say even um Virgil, they bred them in such a way as to where they would stay put. You see what I'm saying? Either they knew by experience or that was in a lot of times, sometimes it's the trend at the time. Some people go by, if we breeding Rascal, we're gonna put it with Jeep, of course, because that's the trend, that's what's been successful, that's what's been winning. So we're gonna go with a Jeep Rascal Cross. Something in there go with a Jeep Red Boy Rascal Cross. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever the trend was at the time. And so you seeing that this further drives the point home of what I said in my case about the cook up and the recipe of the Jeep Red Boy Rascal or Jeep Red Boy Eli lines. That this is yet another example. When you look into these animals, when you look into Shine, look at what they was bringing to Shine, and when you look at Virgil, in some ways, because they took Virgil for whatever reason in a different direction, breeding wise, um, and bred him into, he was successful into the Ozzie Stevens Grand Champion Virgil stuff, which is a lot of his champions and dogs in those first two breeds that helped them to become the youngest registered merit of all time was through that. So they went a different way. Okay, but later on, if you keep looking at those breeds off the children, the grandchildren, you're gonna see where people start to take those dogs like they were bred, like he was bred, and start putting Red Boy and Jeep with it. And so you're gonna just see also too, like like I'm saying, like the Shine Dog and many others that had a loner. We also do. I have a dog with the loner blood in it, and I had a female named Spook that was Tramp. It was Tramp. Every Tramp bred into the weirdo Bowden's loner, and I liked her so much. Um, she unfortunately was killed in a train accident. But boy, did she! I mean, she would have. They would have killed each other, but we just did a miraculous job on saving the other one, and she was already gone when we got out there. But it looked like somebody threw her front end through a blender. That's just how the Spook female that had the loner blood and the Tramp blood was. That's just how hard she was biting the other female, who was a shorty cowboy female who could bite extremely hard as well. But it looked like somebody threw her upper body. I mean, like her front legs and her chest through a blender or through a lawnmower or something. It's like cut up everywhere. And so I liked her so much. She was so intense that I went back to the same person and got a female that was off of the spooky female that we had off her um brother. A brother name was Sprocket, two-time winner. And so we got a dog out of that. Bred Sprocket was bred to some more weirdo and Bowling's loner. Excuse me, Bowling's loner blood. So I mean, needless to say, you know what I'm saying? Turned out great. So I was just personally excited for the conversation. I was excited to hear the excitement of Nonstop and J-Bo as they discovered new things about animals that they actually fed, you know, and give you, even after you may not even have those dogs anymore, but it gave you further insight into the type of animals that they were actually feeding, that J-Bo was actually feeding. You know what I'm saying? And just to hear him talking about Keith Locke, Tally, Mike Middleton, all these names that you hear J-Bo say many, many times, and you hear that, like Lockdown Rudy, shout out Lockdown Rudy, you know what I'm saying? Basically plugging them in to these animals through relationships and networking or what have you to get these wonderful animals. And these animals would shape pretty much their time in the dogs. You see what I'm saying? But still, you're using them as they are, judging them as what you have. But it just to me, it's always more interesting and more enlightening to the person who had these dogs when you hear from people who actually had the ancestors, who actually dealt with the bloodlines, to hear what they have to say about these particular animals. And so, let me see what they're saying in the comment section. Anybody saying that? Okay. And so, when I listen to, also too, when I listen to the, talk about the, the Hoffman's booger, the Grand Champion Pedro stuff that he was using, you know, I think that whenever they do the interview, and I think everybody should go check that out. Whenever they do the interview with Mr. Hoffman, who had, I believe he bred up and had the Grand Champion Cyborg dog. He's one of those people who could probably actually tell you, because if I'm not mistaken, he actually bred to Witten's Deacon Jr. and their name have come up before um in conversations in the dog talk world as far as whatever happened to those dogs, because a lot of them went overseas. So that might be something that they might want to, dive into with Mr. Hoffman, because I believe, from, like I said, I have to go back and do my homework and look at some of the dogs. But I think Cyborg might be out of that dog, if I'm not mistaken. But he would have a better insight on how those dogs performed and how those dogs produced, because he actually bred to those dogs. I mean, like, you're speaking to somewhat of the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about Hoffman's booger and the way he performed or produced, this the person to talk to. You know, if you want to know about Champion Bronco, Hoffman's Champion Bronco, another dog. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, this once again reiterates how many how many variety of ways you could flip that Jeep Red Boy Rascal, so many different combinations. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like a school locker, man. I'm talking about left, right, pop. You know what I'm saying? And you got what you needed. And I've had other lines, and I just, and I knew maybe some of them were more devastating the animal, but just for as consistency, man, just kind of like knowing what you're gonna get instead of, Cracker Jack box. Once you dig at the bottom, you never really know what you about to get. You know, I just I just feel as though it of the last era, there was no other better than that one. Miss me with the macho booty. You know what I'm saying? The macho butt talk. Miss me with that Mayday, whatever. Miss me with all that. You're offended, stay offended. Thank you. Thank you very much. But I'm just telling you, that stuff right there, you know what I'm saying? If you feel some kind of way, then don't lean on Jeep Red Boy Roscoe for bailout money either. I'm gonna throw that out there for your mind right there too, because everybody who got made, when that stuff start put, and that stuff start putting their brakes, start stopping. Let me go get this Jeep Red Boy Roscoe and put with it. Nah, high powered again. Add some nitrous to it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to tell you, and I'm not bad mouthing nobody. The Pedigree show. The Pedigree show that of the last era, they have remained the most consistent. People try to move them out of the way for fame and notoriety for their whatever new wave cross it is that they got out here, but they can't. They can't move it out the way. And when we get into um further going into more detail on certain cases that I'm gonna bring forth to the Bulldog community, you're gonna see more and more elaborate crosses and blended in which these animals have proven to be consistent and successful for many years in a variety of different ways. The cake, however you want to. Once you got them ingredients in there, it don't matter which one you put in first, second, or third. It really don't matter. It's gonna work for you. If you want to be a stickler and test every strand, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that in the historical sense. Back in those days, let me be clear. Because a lot of people were very particular and they just didn't want to put a Jeep Rep, any kind of Jeep Rep or Rascal together, or Jeep Rep or Eli. They wanted to test every strand of it. They wanted to put their Red Boy through the fire. They wanted to put their Jeep dogs through the fire. They wanted to put their Rascal dogs through the fire or Eli dogs through the fire. So that everybody can stand on their own, so that when I make my crosses, I'm feeling very more confident that I know because I have tested. And I'm not knowing because of what stories you told me. I'm not knowing for the rep that the previous owners have. I'm knowing because I put them down myself, and I know that they can stand on their own. What they don't need each other in order to be who they are. And once you do that, of course, anybody in the game will feel very confident and sleep very good at night, knowing that you have made crosses of dogs who can stand on their own. So just gonna feel like you're just gonna make better animals. And so I just wanted to come on and chit chat, talk you know, with the Bulldog community briefly, show a brief, short, and talk about it. Talk about the loner dogs and talk about Grand Champion Fly. You see what I'm saying? And you look at Grand Champion Fly, and then you look at Grand Champion Shine. You know, just tremendous animals. And like I say, I'm very excited for Dogman TV and for the interview that whenever it comes out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when. I haven't talked to him, but whenever the Hoffman interview happens, I think it'll be a great situation. It'll be a great interview. Um, it'll be something great. You know what I'm saying? And then like I say, I would be asking. When you listen to like Schoolboy do an interview, that's kind of like the way. You know what I'm saying? You could do it any way you want to, but people, because like by asking the person, what was your first dogs? You know what I'm saying? Did you start out with dogs you had ended with, or were your first dogs? And then they go into sometimes that help them, you know, relax and be like, oh yeah, I had these dogs. No, I didn't start with these rascal dogs and all that. I had some Kobe dogs back in the day. And you're like, wow, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got um like people it's a way of engaging the interview person to get them to kind of open up about certain things and like you say, they do a tremendous job. I don't have to tell Bo or Nonstop. um they do a tremendous job on the way that they interview people, the way they did with Baka, the way they did with Tally Boy. You know what I'm saying? The way they interview I had SDK on there. And sometimes you just let people talk. Let them tell they, you know what I'm saying? Let them tell their story. So it kind of what's happening. And so you let people tell their stories, And you may hear some stuff that you've never heard before because you just, hey, I'm not finna stop you. Just here, you got the floor. Hey, yeah, man, this, like I say, and that seemed like to me what was happening with Mr. Finley. The time I heard Mr. Finley get interviewed, and he was like, they was like trying to cut it off. Like, yeah, okay, like thank you for coming out. Woo, woo, woo. He was like, yeah, and another thing, this happened, and woo, woo, woo. See, you got to have that room to be like, I know you don't want to wear out your welcome with the guests, but when they going off, let them get off. Let them get off. Because they finna tell some secrets. Because they're eager to get it out. Wait, hold on. No, see what happened was, Bo Willie was, yeah, let them tell all that. Yeah, don't tell that. Oh, yeah, you said who? Bo did what? Oh, okay, then. Yeah, okay. Really? Wow. Okay, he wasn't the only good one. It was another one. And see, like you said, he told that it was a dog that was better than Mr. Finley said. It was a dog better than Jeep, Charlie, Holly, all them. They ruined it. I don't know if anybody caught that in the boss Finley interview. That he said that him and Crenshaw, being young in the game, making the same mistakes that we all make, no matter what your color is, in the dogs, you got one hot to try. He'll jump on anything when he young, and you like, man, well, let's see what he'll do again. What you call him? Okay, well, it's the one over here about a year old or so. Put him on him. You know what I'm saying? Dang, he stopped him. Or put him on that one. And that thing brakes get put on. And everybody looking crazy. Everybody looking around like, what the hell? What? Yeah, that's your fault. Y'all messed him up. So I forget his name. They knew his name and everything. They was like, yeah, man, they was like, tell us about such and such. He was like, oh man, yeah, that was the best one in the litter. Bow and Honey Bunch. He was better than all of the other dogs. He would have laid waste to Jeep Charlie and all of them. Probably the best one that survived. So it was like, see, that's a new part of the story. I was like, either he lying or this is a new part of the story we never heard. And maybe they didn't want people to know for embarrassment wise. You see what I'm saying? For as an embarrassment, like the best one, we actually messed him up. You know what I'm saying? Like there was one better than him, better than all of them. But that's our fault. You never saw him because we messed him up on the yard. You know what I mean? So rather than we'll just leave that off the discussion, we won't talk about that. Whatever they agreed or whatever. And then I guess after so many years, it's long been over with. Hey, I'm no, it's water under the bridge. Hey man, I feel so comfortable in the interview. Man, did you know it was another one? Yeah, I'm glad you said that because it was, and he was better than all of them. But we ruined it. Me and James ruined it. You know, you and just like I say, I love to hear it because it seems like it always be something else. And like J-Bo say, I know he probably don't like me to say that. That what J-Bo say, but hey, lies that molded the game. Whether they be truth or the lie, we don't know. We don't know. Only the people that were there know. But man, do it make for some interesting content. Man, do it make for some interesting stories and arguments unnecessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear this stuff, you're like, man, what? Just the dabble stories. This is 4, 5 different stories. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened. But it's all interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's all interesting stories. And if nothing else, you know what I'm saying? That's I guess I believe that's the reason why a lot of us listen to the dog talk shows and all that stuff like that because we listen to the stories. You know what I'm saying? And maybe in the midst of that, yeah, that's right. Look like real. You know, oh, it's always something else. That's right. And um, so it's like either they telling stories or and just like what Lil Rock was saying last night. That which one that was? I forget which one he was saying. He loved them like family, you know. But he didn't. He lied unnecessarily. Like, man, I'm loving your animals. You got some of the best animals. I want to buy all you got. You know. Um, but he just would tell stories so much. You know. He just would tell too many. He just would tell lies all the time unnecessarily. Like, there's no reason for you to have to lie, bro. It's we all good. We good. Like, you got me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shop with you. You know what I'm saying? I like being around you. You know, but you know, for whatever reason, I guess these dogs just bring storytellers out of folks. You know what I'm saying? Bring the lies out you. I don't know. Yeah, we just feel like we gotta, what I'm saying, exaggerate the story a little bit. And so, but this is just I just came on here for a few minutes just to chop it up with the Bulldog community a little bit tonight. I seen it was kind of butt naked out here in the Bulldog streets anyway. So I said, well, let me go on, do me a video and come on and talk about a little something. wildly like butt naked out here in the Bulldog streets. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that many people out, doing shows tonight, things of that nature. I went back and looked at that what's old girl name? The female boxer. She knocked that old girl in like the second round or something. Like dang. They say the lives were measured in sales. Mm, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Shields. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I just happened to be on YouTube because I got a long break today, and I'm gonna catch out in a little while. I slept most of the day. I delivered early this morning and slept most of the day anyway. So and headed to back to from Ohio to Indiana and then up to Wisconsin, right? So I got a long, night or whatever you want to call it, but I'm well rested. So I said, I'm just on YouTube looking. I'm like, I didn't even know they fought this weekend. I didn't know Shields fought this weekend. We was busy looking at Bud. So I guess they played the whole fight on YouTube. You can see the whole. It didn't last long. I guess they just said, "Mama, we're gonna play that. We're go ahead and play that because they ain't last long." You know. And she kind of, I guess she's trying to move up to heavyweight, but she throw a lot of hooks. She ain't like I said, man, what she gonna throw a straight jab, overhand right or something? She threw a lot of like hooks, trying to catch her. I guess she felt like she can knock out like right quick. She ain't waste no time. And the other girl, man, the second round, she shot over there like she was scratching. I said, oh, she must have come with something. Then she got over there and stood still. I said, man, what kind of what? You ran all the way over there on her and ain't throwing no punches? She finna sleep. She finna go to sleep. But yeah, like I say, man, I'm excited for what is to come in the Bulldog world, coming with the interviews. Um, like I say, if you're not following Dog Man TV and Bulldog with Bo, you need to, get over and subscribe every Thursday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. East Coast Time, and check them out. All lives based on pride, character, and money. Yeah, I mean, I can somewhat see where that's at. You gotta, even if you ain't all the way line, like you say, you got some embellishing. You know what I'm saying? You embellishing the story a little bit. Well, yeah, mine went, it was a bloodbath, and I was able to come out on top in 2 hours and 36 minutes. But in reality, them Joker was standing up there, you know what I'm saying, out of hole 2 or 3 times, and you ain't tell them that part that you got 2, 3 out of hole calls in that match, and y'all the breathing hard. Keith wasn't worth a damn, you know. But, people gonna tell how tell it how they want to tell it. Oh, drop the link, okay, boy. Mm-mm. Shreveport in the building. Yeah, but like I say, Like I say, you look at the way that people market the animals. You know what I'm saying? The way that people look at these animals, man, and the way that they, like I say, some of it is based on actual stats. You know what I'm saying? Actual, like factual. This how it's going down. You know what I mean? Okay, that's how I do it. Yeah, I had to find it, man. Figure out how to find it so that I could send it. You know, let me go back to the comment section over here. Yeah, that's I found it. I found it. I found. I just sent it to you. I found it. Appreciate it. Cause I was so looking for it. Like how you send it? Ain't too many honorable if you strip the fat off. I mean, that could be true too. And just like, like I said, I hate to keep quoting, you know what I'm saying, Jabo, but like I say, he's telling the truth. That the number of people that are good like that is so low in the game, man. It really wouldn't even make no sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really wouldn't make no sense. You know, because you got people who just they will sell you some of their best stuff because they not hunters. You know what I'm saying? Like in history. You know what I'm saying? They would because they not gonna get up there like the late Mr. Whitley, right? He wasn't gonna do it, but he had Roster Man. You see what I'm saying? You know, he had Roster Man. So okay. Yo,
Hey, what's going on, man?
man, what's up, man? We got nonstop from Bulldog with Bo in the building. What's happening?
What's going
Man, let me
on
get
there?
my
What's going on, everybody? Michael Collins, Live Life Real.
yeah, man. Let me get my
Salute from
applause going
Itchabod.
right here.
Hey, John.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man. So what's been going on with you?
Oh, man, I can't complain.
I
Got a
feel you. I
little
feel
work
you, man. Like
yesterday.
I say. That's what's up. That's what's up. Like I say, man, great show last night. I had to contact you or via text to let you know that, man. That was fire, man. That was fire last night.
Man, we was on the phone about 2 in the morning last night.
Really? After that, man, that's what's
Man,
up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Because like I say, that was eye opening for anybody who follows the show, who follows Bulldog with Bo. If you like I said, I'm an avid listener. I make no gripes about it, no apologies about it. That I love the show, and I've watched every episode, and that's a lot of time. That's what I'm listening to as I drive across the country. So I understand the animals that they're talking about, even though some of the stuff I've had and some of it I haven't. But because I listen so much, I know when he's talking about the loner dogs. I had some of those. And then I know when he's talking about Middleton's Mangler, he listen, Tally, all these names, because and y'all mention them all the time. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we've talked and we know how significant Hoffman's booger is to you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was just great to hear. You know,
oh yeah,
great to
oh
hear,
yeah,
man.
yeah. When we bring them up, 'cause that's who I was talking to the whole time afterwards.
Right,
So
right, man.
yeah, sometimes I said, well, I can't wait to get you on here and tell some of these good secrets.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, we was rocking and rolling all last night.
Man, that's what's up. I know. I know Bo was tripping. I know Bo was tripping out.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Especially because
Shout out to Lil Rock,
especially
man.
because every bad dog they talk about, one of us, some of us had the litter mate.
See, that's what,
Man, I got a bad one that's
like
bred
I
like
said,
this and bred like that. I'm telling you, it was a killer. Man, how's it bred? Hold on, man, we had the system.
that see, that's what I started off this show right here saying. I said a lot of people you thinking that they have like some kind of miraculous world beater, galaxy beater dog, and they got the little mate to your dog. Now that's the one they bragging about, and you got the same stuff they got. Exact same stuff.
Exact same stuff. Exact same stuff.
Yeah, man.
And sometimes,
So it's like
sometimes even better.
right, and sometimes you got the better one. Yeah, you
Hold
get the better
on,
one.
when that breed? I ain't see that breed.
Right, right.
But yeah, 'cause we made that breed.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, a lot of people may not know that you had Shine's mother. You see what I'm saying? And this is and Shine's mother is directly off of I believe the grand champion fly female I just showed in the video. You see what I'm saying? On the bottom
Mm-hmm.
side, you know.
Oh, okay.
So very close on the loner stuff, you know. And so you would be able to,
Hey,
you know, like I say,
check backstage. I think Bo in there, but I ain't seen him pop up.
okay, okay, yeah, be beginning, Papa. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
the
Bo.
honorable J Bo is in the building.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, have me backstage.
I'm
Well,
doing
Hey,
this.
he
I'm
go
doing
down
this. J Bo,
backstage
forgive
though.
me.
What was you doing back there?
I was getting
You
high.
go
Forgive me.
down there.
I ain't gonna say it
Forgive
no
me,
more.
J Bo. I ain't gonna look. I look down to see the invite thing right there. No,
I
stop
ain't
to
gonna lie.
remind me. Hey,
I ain't gonna lie no more.
no, man. That's a
Hey, bro,
trip.
I'm kind of sorry for y'all generation, bro, because
We ain't
y'all
gonna
ain't
have
gonna be able
them
to.
lives like that.
Yeah, them stereotypes ain't gonna be the same. Maybe 20 years from now, when y'all get to talking about black and tans or something, y'all gonna come up with something. But other than that, man, y'all stereotypes ain't gonna be that good.
Nah, nowhere near that.
You're telling everybody
And
the
like a
truth
lot of,
now. You got to come up with brand new lies to lie about.
but like you said, that era didn't have the internet. And as quick as I come out with my lie, I didn't have a contraption for you to come out and scrape me on my lie as soon as I let my lie out and tell me how and tell everybody how I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? And don't listen to what he's saying. We had to wait till the till the next issue come out for to find out that I was lying. I got about two,
Uh,
3 months of a good
Uh-huh.
line, and I might
yeah,
and I'm gonna make me about 10 puppy sales
yeah,
at that time before you
that's
expose
right.
me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Been making paper. You been making paper about it. And then everybody gonna come out. Oh, he
That's
hate
right.
me, lying. They hate.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can
Yeah.
come back
So
in the
you got.
next issue and say, see, ask all the customers. They got their purpose. They got their purpose. Just like I said, I didn't steal from nobody. They got their purpose. And he lying. J-Bo lying about me peddling. I'm not a peddler.
You was sold 10 purpose and 6 breeds. And the stole 2 purpose.
You stole to us.
Yeah, yeah, she had none.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. We heard something just by talking to him 5 minutes last night that we ain't know where nonstop man knowing he know them dogs.
Right.
And it take long to find out something new that you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
I'm
that
like,
dog in my
oh,
pedigree too.
word?
Yeah.
I still would like I,
Uh,
I
that's his
still
Johnny
would
Jr.
like
He is Johnny Jr. Sad eyes and the Cal W, whatever he just named, whatever he named. I said,
Champion Thomas.
yeah, he in my pedigree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a nice one out of Sad Eyes to Mango. She came in heat on me and I did anyway, you know. I can't make excuses
Right.
for it now. She was bad, dog. I had looked at her a couple times. Man, had nothing with 5 minutes, but 5, 10 minutes with her. I'm talking about she was bad. I took that for granted
Mm.
and she didn't do nothing when she was in heat, you know.
Right.
But she did do something. She went 38 minutes. I gave up about 7 pounds. She went 38 minutes. Uh, the other dog stopped herself and then she encouraged his rest.
Dang.
And while she was
Yeah,
heating, you was
that's
like,
it.
nah.
Yeah, where the other dog stopped herself.
Ooh.
She could have took advantage of that.
One
So you
more
said she
scratch.
could take advantage of it? Yeah, one more.
Yeah, all she had to do was take advantage of old girl stopped herself. All she had to do was she was a beautiful dog.
Right. Man, but like
And
I
that was
said, I
I was
love
mangling
this
the sad
change,
eyes,
man.
huh?
What's that?
And you said
Mango
mangling
sad
sad
eyes.
eyes?
Not only that, they said
Mm-hmm.
Mango had never thrown a curve before. You remember that?
Uh-huh.
Said Mango had never thrown a curve before. And then here comes J-Bo coming down the yellow brick
Here
road
come,
to get the first one.
why she in heat? Pushing 7 pounds.
Yeah,
Dog. And pushing 7? Oh,
yeah. Well, girl stopped herself. She did help out.
yeah, she did.
Yeah, got tired of wearing her butt out. She stopped playing with herself.
Dang. I want to say that when we had sad eyes to, did we have sad eyes to Bubble? The Rebel Kennels Bubble, Champion Bubble, something like that.
Oh,
But Turtle was in
Bubble,
there though. Turtle,
Bubble 1 or 2.
the first one, I want to say. But like I said, it's nothing but Johnny Jr. ped. You know what I'm saying? Champion Johnny Jr. That Ice Pig had, that backwood ended up with. He got all those dogs in there. All that all days Marla, the sad eye stuff, and the Rebel Kennel stuff, and the Turtle. He got all that stuff in.
Oh, all right.
And I knew G Dog just like what he described too, with that turtle that'll try to hump you. If you don't put no pressure on them when you first release, and you know somebody, you got to go in there and really be trying to wreck them. Yeah, they think you soft. They think, I guess, you know what I'm saying, you're a female or something.
Yeah.
You ain't put enough pressure on them. You ain't put enough pressure. Like, I know this ain't no fight right here. You must came to breed or something. Like, and they've been trying to get behind him, but then the dog trying to turn around and trying to snap at him and like, hey man, get off behind me. You know what I'm saying? It just looked real funny, but I don't seen that happen before. That's why I knew, and it was a G dog. It was a G dog that did that.
Yeah, I seen some ones out of group that was little mates. I lost to one of them with shoestring. It was like 115. But he ain't do nothing but growl and curse snap. That's all he did. He ain't stand hold or nothing, just curse snap and growl and turn. A ball you couldn't stop. I'm talking about every time they turn loose, he coming hard. And somebody out of New Mexico City went that night against some of the little mates. I mean, that's all of them did was curse snap. I think 2 of them made champion that that boy from New Mexico City. I know his name, but that's Candace. We know the people were boy. Them people had a 200% bulldog. They didn't care how much he was curse snapping the child. I'm talking about he plowed through that and got it out. I mean, that was a bulldog. A white guy from New Mexico.
Was it a black?
City.
Was it a black dog?
He was a monster.
Buckskin dog?
He was a monster.
Okay.
He was a monster, bro.
Hey.
And nonstop the got me brought me the curb back.
I ain't do that. Just push like 4 pounds and stop something. Going out, it's about to go out. Next thing I know, it's over by you. That's you and your partner. You and your buddy had something. Yeah.
Look, we on his show all day. That's how I caught the head.
You know, I welcome it. You know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and get the robe and the gavel, and we can go ahead and go in.
Ding.
Everybody ready to run, ball? You know what I'm saying?
If he's on that good high, get the
Hey, if I'm trying to tie here, bitch, that guy right there. Hey, I don't know. He's trying to tell me something.
I don't know how you get him. But there ain't nothing new. There ain't nothing new for me to go in the yard. The boat done gave me something. I go in the yard and it ain't there no more. And it's back by boat house. That was something regular.
Yeah, and then Bo get the air.
Oh, the captain took him up under.
Two-string back and got an L. Then he took was a girl back and didn't get no puppies.
Yeah, and then they don't stop there. Then we got no other girl listening to your other partner and got an L too. Don't stop there. And we trying to give me all the mail.
Did he do what he called her? What he called her?
All of a sudden she was off of Charlie Brown.
Huh?
She was off of Charlie Brown then.
Oh yeah, what? I'm telling you, it was off of Charlie Brown. I said, dang, that sound like that's that Monica stuff.
Yeah, bro.
That's
That's
how
the gave
familiar
me
dog
that
or
is.
what? Oh boy, that Cosmo stuff looking good. Yeah, that Cosmo stuff. I'm telling you. Uh-oh.
Mm.
Yeah, that's that Charlie Brown stuff.
Yeah, bro. Then the bad thing about it, I asked him what the dog was. He told me it was off of two born dogs. On Charlie Brown and Grand Champion too. I said, how the hell two born dogs have before? And why I got to be on the bottom side?
Damn.
Two born dogs now. And the ball still ring will be like that. They ain't made a lie like that no more.
Nah. You ain't gonna be able to lie and say, hey, I got a dog off of Chinaman, a dog off of Jeep, and a dog off of Bolio, all in the same litter.
Yeah. Little mate brothers now.
They all little mate brothers. Somebody like, well, I'll take the Chinaman one. Well, I'll take the Jeep and the Bolio one. Bet.
They were selling them for different prices. I said, boy, people crazy. They gonna tell you they little mate brothers. But this one, here Bulldog. This one, Jeep Bolio. And the other one some China and stuff. And the guy said, give me the Bulldog one. And he sold it to him while looking around. I couldn't believe it. People ain't that crazy, bro.
Right.
But that's why I say, man, the gall for people to try you like that. Like you ain't got no kind of sense. Like, how can you have that? You can't have like, man, come on.
You got two
Hey, it worked.
witnesses of it right here.
It worked.
You sold them. What
Got that
it
money.
wasn't really telling, what it really wasn't telling, the mama had box, was half box. He wasn't even telling that. They had a half box
The
of
mama
them
had
Doc
box.
Holiday stuff. I said, Mr.
Man.
Prater, why you sold them that? He said, that's for the people that want the discount for. That's what he got for them. So, man, they got fantastic stories all around the world. This man used to have discount for. If you didn't want to spend for the little money he had so free, they just happened to be half box of people.
Mm-hmm.
And read that to a son of a grand champion.
Hey, Dorian.
Send you on your way.
Salute.
Shout out Dorian. Mess around and try to get a discount and end up with you a summer dog. Some of this, some of that,
Yeah.
some of everything on
Oh, it's gonna get on too.
it.
He knows himself too. It's gonna get out. We're gonna do a 30-15.
Just 30, 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a 30-15 out of it. You're on your own after that. Ain't nothing guaranteed, you know.
That's right. It did crank up.
Wonder why
Now you say it started doing it,
his
right?
bottom,
Okay, all right.
yeah, right. Wonder why his bottom jaw so full from his face. Well, I don't know. There ain't no people.
It's a whole boxer. Mix.
Got a whole
Hey, but he had a box of mixy, whatever that was he had back there. That joint used to run.
Some of the back legs and jabs, didn't it?
Yeah, they had to, but just stuff, the height, the name, just the followers. You thought it was like when Charles Bronson got the boy fighting the dogs in the woods and took the German Shepherd from over. It still was felt like that, you know. Fine, he got a hair box.
Right.
Oh, we kill ourselves there, man.
Maybe it was off of old boy
Oh,
from
Roscoe.
Mexico.
Hey, bro, he
That he won a champion,
looked
maybe
like,
boxing champion.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you talking about Rodriguez, huh?
Champion box.
Rodriguez, yeah, man. He had some of that Rodriguez stuff the whole time. We ain't even know it.
That's right. Oh, Rodriguez got a boxer from the Morphe. I think he's got $2 for Morphe
Mm-hmm.
and a boxer. And all of them made champions. Boxer made
Now,
champion and the underdogs that he got from him made champion.
What Morphin doing with a doggone boxer? All them Bulldogs
No.
supposed to be had over there.
What Rodriguez doing buying it from him?
You must have seen that
All
stuff.
of it. All of it. All of it. All of it, Jimbo. What you doing with it and what I'm doing buying it. What he doing buying it.
He had a boxer he sold him, dog. So that means you were selling boxes. You were selling boxes.
You were selling boxes.
Oh, I ain't tell you what it is. Come here, my friend. Watch this. Turn him loose.
Matter of fact,
Boom.
Rodriguez said that was like his first dog, right?
Yeah, that's the first three. I don't know if Steven took all was one overnight.
Morphine probably saw Rodriguez coming, talking about, oh, your first dog, huh? Yeah, come here. And went to reached over his neighbor's fence. Like, here you go. Here, a pit bull. And he turned around and won with it. Like, what?
Won 3 times. So who you beat with it?
Hey,
bro, you need to do that dog all time. You need to find that boxing on the tip on him.
Hey, get what? I might be able to find the boxer, but I sure ain't gonna find out who he beat. They don't hit the bones and ran and they don't. Ain't nobody gonna fess up to that. Yeah, I never tell I lost to no boxer. Oh no. That wasn't me.
What line of boxers you think they were crossing them dogs with?
Man, back then, they was crossing dogs with everything. They got a town with number curves running around.
So Cardenas stuff got boxing, you think?
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, Cardenas had a whole nother.
Black Rock stuff got boxing.
Hey, it might. And you know, some of them dogs. You see how funny they be looking. You like, man, what is that?
And when I went over that, they be a lot of dogs that walk around.
Stuff. You like, what is that?
At the same time, COVID was importing them dogs. They had people in Mexico importing them same dogs.
The same dogs.
And they had COVID dogs in New Mexico and COVID matched dogs in New Mexico.
So if he was going to Mexico, I mean, they already had that going on.
They had dogs. They had people in Mexico had dogs before COVID did.
Yeah.
Those same dogs that COVID made his living off of, the people in Mexico had them already. Even the black guy.
Historically.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Look where they had to come from. They walk right around the wall in California. Let me get one of them.
Yeah, because if the who was that? The South American, they don't speak Spanish in Brazil. They speak Portuguese. The Portuguese was already trading, moving us supposedly. You know what I'm saying? Trading and moving back and forth long before they were doing that in America. So it wouldn't be no surprise that they were moving everything. Fruits, vegetables, dogs, people, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So that could migrate up into Mexico. So they probably had dogs long before America did, a pit bull.
Yeah.
And like I said, COVID just came in with it.
Yeah, COVID came in with it and the registry.
Shout out Big Hill fam. Big Hill
fam.
It was called It was called that old credit cross.
uh,
Old credit. The old pit and box, is that what they call it? Big Hill, the old credit. That old credit cross. Okay.
Shoot, I had a pit and route rider where it was wearing people out.
so it went from a chess match. When you got some dogs that'll win, it went from a chess match. You had to keep that secret, that recipe secret. So that's probably where the first lie come from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
it
you
might be
pretend?
true bread this and true bread that.
Yeah.
Really, the
But that,
boxer.
it go back to what you were just saying, nonstop. When you had the Rottweiler pit, you were putting the money down or whatever you were doing. It didn't matter what it was. It would win. It would beating everything around there. As far as you were concerned, and that's what it's
Winning.
about. It's about winning. It's about winning.
You,
So if I'm
you
collecting
know,
some checks off for, I don't care what it is. You know.
you know, matches wasn't like now, but like when we came home, they matched dogs every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Every,
Wednesday,
every
shoot, in
Right.
Mexico, they match
yeah,
on Wednesday.
yeah. So every Saturday they had a fight. But yeah, I could see how they had a 24-time one because you done him every week,
Done every
and he
week.
kill every dog that he touch. So they ain't gone. You ain't getting no damage to him. All you gotta do is rest him and feed him and put him back out. So basically all that was off the chain stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say, they was all off the chain of money rolls. Come back out, we
Shout
got the
Yeah,
out
dog.
we
Eduardo.
Who got they sized it up.
Shout out Eduardo
yeah,
Villegas. Welcome.
we
Shout
come
out.
up with OTC.
Yeah,
When
we
And
hit the
Pride
forgive
name
came
me if
on
through
it.
with
I'm
it,
wrong, J-Bo, but didn't y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the 8 week or the 6 week thing come from simply I don't have the money right now, but give me 6 weeks and I come back and we can do it
right
then?
on.
That's, that's what it
I
went.
know that.
It went.
I,
Yeah.
I know how some of my ass came wrong.
Right. So it didn't about no. Yeah. No, we doing this so we can come in tip top shape. No, like you said, they weren't doing that. They weren't worried about no. No, you come in with your dog, and then we got the money and the weight or whatever we doing every weekend. And it's like I don't have that much money to begin with. I lost the money this week, but you give me. We can set up another match, and you give me 3 weeks to come up with my money, and then we can do it then, or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
test
saying? Because
test.
Sometimes
everybody,
they'll
ain't
bring that
nobody had no
same
money
dog
back
back out.
then.
Yeah, test the
Yeah,
air.
you,
So basically
yeah,
they had breeders. They had breeders that were doing dogs from puppy selling. So they was even peddlers back then. So you see out there they were selling them for $5, $10. And they ran ads in the newspaper. So they was peddling back then. Kobe was a peddler, dog. Everybody a peddler. They was
yeah.
peddling back then. You seen all them ads? Kobe is.
Oh, damn. Kobe done pull the plug on both. They don't even
Mm-hmm.
talk me like that.
That doggone family.
Is it
That
in here call
doggone,
me a pellet?
that doggone Kobe family a mug. Kobe family a mug, man. He don't fell out. I'm gonna watch and see if he come back in. But yeah, I mean, that's true. I think I heard Fat Hill say, I forget which female on his channel or which dog. Whatever Mike Dan was talking about what I did the show about the nasty man dogs, right? And he was like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
on Sporting Dog, um, one of Fat Bill dogs is in the back of one of those dogs. Those dogs you talking about?" And then he said, "Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I didn't sell it to Nasty Man. I sold him to Bros." He said, and he told him how
Oh.
bad the dog was, and they was like, "What's up, Crockett?" And
Hey, Croc.
they
Salute.
they they was like, "If the dog was so bad, Bill, why did you sell?" He said, "I didn't want to sell, but they gave me $5,000 for that dog back then." It was in either the 80s or the 90s. He said, "Man, do you know how many dollars I could match? I could match with that $5,000." So it wasn't about. It's the same way that we talk about now. It was about if I pedal, that gonna give me my money I need to gamble with. So I won't take no money out my
Mm-hmm.
household. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't necessarily I'm trying to make my rep off for it. I'm a hunter. I'm really a hunter. I just do that just to get the money so I can bet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Bo.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm moving line.
That doggone Kobe came in there and pulled the plug on boy. I said, man, what's going on here?
A moving line.
But yeah, like you were saying, Bo, I think that's right. But like I said, I just told him nonstop about in the community about what Fat Bill was saying on his channel. Like, no man, I didn't want to sell the dog. The dog was a really good dog. The dog went on to win. But these folks
Right.
came from overseas. They offered me $5,000 for this dog. And at the time, he
So,
was
so,
hunting at that time. He said, "Do you know how many dollars I could match with $5,000? That could have provided. That
ooh,
provided me with a lot of different money to match with. So so it just like you saying, it just proved that what you were saying as far as what they was peddling, but they was not peddling for the same reasons that other people peddled later on was peddling. They were peddling so they could hunt. So I won't take no money out my household to gamble with. I can use the money from peddling to supply my, you know what I'm saying, my match money. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
and
different.
dog food. And
Right,
dog food.
right. Because if I'm going with house money, if you whoop me, man, you whoop me out my socks, man. You know what I'm saying? You whoop me out my
So,
socks.
so, in, so in the South, because in the North, I seen that they had that old man way back when COVID was first getting into the dog was matching dogs in New Mexico too. He won in Mexico. That old picture of the old guy we had off nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
So in the South, what do you think the black dog man really got? What year you think he got the way he can match a dog without somebody
Shoot,
taking
back.
it from him?
Oh well, ooh, taking it from that might be different. But you know that. What about the Moore? Was it Moore?
Yeah,
John Moore?
I think they was more them. It was down south.
Yeah, that's Mississippi. That's where the gas house
That's
dog
south.
and stuff came from.
That's
About the food,
south.
yeah.
Oh man.
So when you think a black man could have had 20, 30 dogs on his yard
Well,
and could
no,
match dogs into them without somebody taking it from him. Are even
down
him
south.
having a
Sure.
spot? Are
I about
even
to
him
say
having a
that.
spot to where he could put 20 dogs?
I about to say
When this
shoot.
came around,
20 dogs.
when that came around,
It ain't gonna
Ain't had
never
the
I
money
was
to
in to
do
say
that.
there were free what you call freedmans. There were freedmans,
mhm,
black men that were free that always, that had money. They even had some slaves of their own, you know what I'm saying? But that's still not gonna even with that freedom that you got, you're a freeman and you got money to buy that and you own land and crops and you get money back then as a black man, that still ain't stop you from getting took from a white
yeah,
guy in that era. Because they felt like they were more superior than you. I don't care how much money you got. You just an
and
N
wasn't nobody
word with
gonna
money. So we're gonna
and
take
wasn't
we're
nobody
gonna
gonna
take
do
that.
him nothing.
Right. Like,
You know, 20 years after
But
slavery, they still had slavery in a county in Mississippi.
and in Texas.
in Texas, yeah. That's what Juneteenth all about.
20,
Yeah.
30 years, 20,
Mhm.
30 years after slavery, they still had slavery in the county of Mississippi.
Real
White been
talk.
40 years after slavery.
Big
I've been
Hill
men
fan
in
said,
on
y'all know
radio
them
when they,
fellas. What you said, J-Bo?
I was wondering when the black man got loose in the South to be brave with the dogs like the Northern people. Okay. But in the 50s maybe, or the 60s.
Practically started in the 90s and never looked at a man different because of his color. But, you know, I could imagine after the 80s, man. I want to say the 80s, early 80s.
I started in the 90s. I was with my partner in the dogs in the 80s. And I've been everywhere, dog, and that's all they seen was color.
Yeah, I just never subscribed to that part right there, J-Bo. I never.
But it ain't stop you from getting no dog. It just stop you from getting. Ain't nobody wanted no pedigree, none of that stuff. Kind of no way. I'm talking about when we became equal enough to do dogs for them.
Right. No, I'm
Because
just
when we
saying.
first
I
started going,
agree.
when we first started going to church
I
front,
agree.
well, wasn't many of us at church front.
And Church Point is one of the most historical spots in the landscape of the Bulldog world, right? That's been since the 1800s, right?
Say about
This
all
is
the
like
black
late
people
1800s.
used to do our dogs by Mr. Brown. Harrison Brown, and all the white people that mess with the black people, they done their dogs at Harrison Brown. I didn't know nothing about church first. So at the early 90s. And like Mad Dog said, everybody went to a slaughter. That was right before Mississippi, between Mississippi and Clinton. That was the
Mm-hmm.
Mecca then. It wasn't church first. That's why they get the Jenkins man and all them was there. But man, a lot of people in Louisiana
Right.
didn't know about it. No idea.
That's right. That's right. Cause they did everything over there, the chickens and the game five and
Yeah.
the game out. Like so
Yeah, I just wonder what
man,
did
it
because
might be everybody over there.
the northern people got plenty history in having good dogs, grand champions and champions, bloodlines and stuff. I just wonder when it came about around this way. Church front, what church front at? What church front that stop on the other side of Lafayette?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of Lafayette. You know, when they get off the church front, they should take a right or you go to Rain. That's another spot.
Mm-hmm. Make that left, you in rain, and that was worse than Church Point.
They were worse than church fronts. They dog, we had matched until the female out of that dog and there. And when I come out to build hold the dog, all the black people was on one side, maybe 20, 30 of them. The police with all the white people was on the other side. I'm talking about everybody had a weapon of choice, and they was about to get it in though. So about screaming, hollering, people standing with busted bottles in their hands. Whoever had a gun had sticks. I'm talking about women and everything. Hollering, screaming. You know what they was hollering and screaming.
Dang.
One dude got in there and broke that up, bro, by himself. I can believe he did that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rudy.
That's crazy. We went down to
Broke
the
that
shop
up by
to the
himself.
to the show. We went down to the show in New Iberia. And right when I said, it's just time for me to stop on the road. And when I pulled off the exit, off I-10 off the exit, I turned. And as soon as I turned, I see a sign for Church Point. I said, man, out of all the places I could have stopped randomly to get me some Burger King, I'm at Church Point. I don't. And then get what? On the
Uh-huh.
way back, I pulled in. I ain't remember the exit number. I got off on the net. I pulled back. I said, why did it look familiar to me? I done pulled on the other side going toward Rainy on the other side. I said, boy, this, I get that much the Bulldog guard might want me to be right here. Because I done
Yeah,
stopped at this same exit on the way here and on the way back. I thought that was crazy. He ain't do no but laugh at me. He laughed. He said, if you knew, he was saying all the stuff y'all was saying, like, if you knew how much stuff we're on right here, if you could, he was saying, I said, that's the same thing Jeff want to say. He said, man, if you turn that way and go down that way, oh. But if you turn that, you see right down now, go down, auto, keep going down right here. Man.
Then we get off the interstate and have our fingers crossed that we ain't turning left. If you turn left, you go in the rain. You go in the rain, they got you, bro. They got you. Everybody used to put us in the garage. They had I forgot who a house it was, but it was in the garage. Say, bro, I ain't never been that hot before in my life, bro. And they used to take us there all the time. I'm talking about that. You know, about 15, 20, 30 people in there outside. So they got that many people in there. Say, bro. I don't care who you got, what the title of his name is, however game you think it is, or it ain't gone for about 20 minutes. And you might go see the end of it because you trying to get some ass.
Yeah, they had a little cake bait for you, I guess.
They dog in there too.
They got him used to it, ain't
Oh, used to.
Yeah, yeah. They about to find
he
out your dog
been living
game
in there.
for real.
Yeah, he been
they about
living
to
in
find
there.
out your dog. They find out your dog game for real because the heat is stopping before the dog would.
A lot of people say that too. A lot of people say that. It
Mike
don't be the damage. It's not the damage. It's the Mike Dan, what's happening? Mike Dan, the man. They're on like the damage. The damage ain't it. They pain threshold is such in a way that they not as hurt as you might think. But the heat though, yeah. But we know they say that about humans too. That heat make a coward out of all of us.
Yeah.
Start running a race and stuff and get hot, man. You'll stop, man. You'll slow down or start walking. But some man, that heat get you, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Big hill. They gonna find out. They finna find.
Tell them the lie was before our era. You go there and get shot on your butt when we went there.
Hey, you coming in there thinking you coming to get you a bulldog, that heat and everything else that going on enough to make you figure out you might not
You get shot
have
on
you
your
thought
butt when
you
we
had.
went there, man. The RA Fall and Black Fall and Jimmy Wimley and Jimmy Bay and Kirkland and Tucker and a couple of them, a lot of people from Texas, Dead Serious, Big Ticket. You know, everybody was active around that time. You can do whatever with your hands in your pockets you want to.
Man, that's
T-boy.
like I said, them the people right there, dude. RA and Black and them, man, that's who you, man. I wish they could be interviewed, man. What they know, the history that they have on that side, man. People need to hear. Bulldog people need to hear that, man. I think a lot of that stuff, I hope I'm wrong, but it's gonna get,
Took a lot with
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get left out because they won't tell. They won't say what happened, you know.
Yeah, I heard Black Paul refereed the pit general match. Black Paul, one of them Paul. So they could have told you all that.
Right.
They seen pit general. I'd like to hear how the Texas thing went. What made you pull him out against him?
Mm-hmm.
Find out if you hear some of his excuses, you know.
Right.
Talk about that horse he had a little bit.
Suppose you could have got Jimmy Wembley to talk about Dabo, man. Somebody who actually seen Dabo. Like,
Yeah, and Tudor's
what he-
what his name is? That white dog, White Rock.
White Rock. He
Mm-hmm.
conditioned him, didn't he?
Yeah, he conditioned.
See what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
I talk to Mr. Wimby all the time, bro. He had his sons doing the dogs. He still was at the bottom. He had a couple of them young, so I don't know if it's grandchildren or sons or both of them. But them the thing, do the thing, boy. He still was in the dogs then. We went to his spot.
The White Rock dog still in the world. They just in Cuba. One of the dude, that dude, forgot his name. They had a picture of with White Rock. He stole that dog from Tudor or whoever. His dad, what used to be the president of Cuba before who that was, Castro and them, whoever that took over.
Castro.
But anyway, yeah, before he took over, his dad was president, but he used to come to America and buy dogs from Tudor and all them. And they say still to this day, pit bulls in Cuba, mostly all on white. Cause they say all on go back to the White Rock dog.
Man, but just
They-
look at it, bro. But we know the man that we talking about now, and we know the men, and then asking none of them questions because we know the dog. We know its history. It took us that long to learn the history of it. Yeah, and look who we done started talking to like that.
Mhm. All right.
But we sit down and talk for hours, bro. But it was about what the now fight or the next fight of a dog that's somebody that they saying that ain't this or that. Or, you know, one of the dogs that was doing. But we never talked about history like that, you know. 40 years later, I
Yeah.
found out he knew too. That's up.
Mhm.
I don't even
That's
sound like
because
I'm
y'all was
old enough to
talking
Well,
say
about
I know the man that know too.
Uh huh. That's because y'all was making history. I wasn't talking about history. Like I said, you ain't too far from two. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
People,
too far from two. And you
what?
know Floyd, so
yeah,
so you
I
was right
heard
there
Floyd.
at the cusp of all that. Anyway.
Y'all see what Mike Dan got up here?
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that if he did. I heard Floyd lost one of his sons. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Big Hill fan.
Yeah, Mr. Lacefield, man. We
Oh,
asked
he
Mr. Lacefield. He wouldn't do it. And then
right,
died the next couple of
right.
weeks.
Man,
Hmm.
for real, man. For real. He could have told all his story, man.
Hmm. I don't think he knew he thought he was gonna be seen. I think, you know.
Yeah.
But he,
Right,
I don't think. I wish I'd known. I could tell them like, hey, no, we're gonna black it out. You know. So
right.
he
He said
kind of
he'd
worried
like
about
to.
it.
But he said
Yeah, he called.
he still felt trouble.
Right. Say Bill told me his name. I can't remember. No one wants to bury a child. Nah, nobody want to do that. Yeah, I know your mentor, Mike Dan. I just did Bulldog Court by one of your mentors. I wish you would talk. Be low, man. Too. Like I say, it's so many of them, man, that got so much history and don't want to do a book either. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to do a book and don't want to. Hey, they just rather, you know, those
As my
those
partner
that was
who
there
had
that knew.
as my partner who got grandchild to smoke. Every time I asked
Mm,
him, come on, he said, yeah. And then when I called him, he won't answer the phone for about 4 months.
And also think like a lot of them old time they don't understand like what's going on right now. Like, oh, y'all good. They still hiding. You had a dog in 40-something years. They still hide. They'll sit there and talk to you all day and tell you every story and sit there and talk to you all day. Tell you everything.
Dang.
They scared this internet thing. I don't know about this internet thing.
Yeah, folk gonna be spooked.
The barbershop talk.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's all it is, man. You know, but like you say, people just don't want their name coming up in any whatever, nothing. I don't mention my name at all, anything.
But
But,
some of them, they
hey,
don't care
whatever
about
for go, but
that. Whatever the internet thing is to them, that's the thing. But that sounds so new to them. Like internet,
right.
man. These people still don't even know no text messages and all that. Hold on, you putting me on TV to talk about this? No, it ain't TV. It ain't like ain't the same magnitude like you about to be on the news talking about this. This ain't Barbara Walters or something.
Right. But this is 60 minutes? Man, I ain't got that time, man. I ain't even
Oh no! Oh what? No!
nah, man, that ain't that, man.
Oh man, no man. Drinking and lying.
Yeah,
That's true.
you're right, big here. You seen how mad old boy got on our show when the boy asking something the something drift. What it was? Something drift?
Genetic.
Genetic drift? Yeah, the boy like what? The boy went out. I had never heard that before myself. I'm like, what? Did you get any genetic drift? He's like, what? You almost said it online. You so and so. You in
Sound
the
like to
light?
me, you talking over your head. Whoever said that, talking over their head. They don't know what they talking about. I said,
You in
dang,
the
okay,
light?
man. Yeah. If they
Yeah,
asking
them
you,
lies
maybe they.
brought up. You ask
Mm-hmm.
somebody about a dog, they don't want to talk about their dog. Cause they said about 4 different stories about the dog already.
Everybody
Oh
read
man,
just went over here
I'm
and
a
said he
podcast
remember
man
about grinding his
myself.
feet. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in that couch. Bad.
And then a lot of people they want to keep their secrets buried.
That's true too.
Boy, I can't let everybody know I ain't never do nothing. Or that dog was a cur.
That's true.
Well, that's my famous dog. Boy, I never did nothing with that dog.
I think that
He
was
asked me
all
2
of
or
them
3
too.
questions. I can't explain it.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think that was everybody. That was everybody's secret. What you just told. That wasn't just a secret.
Mm-hmm.
That was everybody's secret.
Right.
How many times them old dogs ain't making puppies no more, and you took one of them puppies and bring to that dog so puppies off of the dog that didn't even make puppies.
very, very, very puppy.
Yeah,
Like, what? How is that
you
even
you
possible?
you factored that in yet? We just talking about the lie. So boy kept 3 of them. That kept 3 of them.
Hmm. Oh, is that just like now I found something out, years later, that it was only they got 2 extra dogs in a litter. Well, where them 2 extra dogs come from? All of a
And they
sudden
stole.
now, no, they wasn't stole. Somebody sold them and said that's what they was. They was 6 in the litter. when she had them, it was 6 in the litter. When they was a week old, it was 6 in the litter. When they was 8 weeks old, 15 years later, there's 8 in the litter all of a sudden. The extra male and extra
Oh,
female.
and they had a repeat. And they had a repeat breed.
Dang, man.
I'm like, hold on, how that happen? Oh yeah, they bred them together, those two together, and they got the inbred and stuff right now. Like, One
They
thing,
trying
okay,
to
no,
breed
so
on the boy.
that dog died 15 years ago. This dog died 8 years ago. That dog, hold on, all 6 are gone. Where those other 2 come from? Oh, he
We
sold
had
them to
about
me.
6, 7 litters off of Jeep, 100 bucks. Off a penny boat. I'd bring 100 bucks a penny boat about 4 or 5 different times. My God, I had a whole yard just them dogs.
Gotta go back to that case I had. I'm telling you, I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? These people, like I said earlier in this podcast right here, on this show right here, that Bob Finley told when the people get to talking, let them talk, cause they'll tell some stuff that they ain't normally would tell, cause they feel comfortable. They talking, they running their mouth, they talking. He said, "Yeah, man, it was a dog in there, cause whoever it was that interviewed Bob Finley, they knew about that dog." He said, "Man, there was another dog, a male in that little hit name with this." He said, "Yeah, that dog right there was better than Jeep, Charlie, Holly, all them dogs. But me and James ruined that dog." He said, "We rolled that dog early like anybody else would do, like any one of us done. A hot to track dog. He bad. We don't put him on dog older than him, all kind of stuff. And then you know what I'm saying, he get the brake put on it and messed him up." But they were like, and I was like, now, when would you have heard that anywhere else? Because he got comfortable. But that's something that they probably was like, we ain't gonna never mention that dog. We'll never speak on that dog. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you know is G, Charlie, Holly. You know what I'm saying? Reno and them. You don't know nothing about these other dogs that were both been better than all them. That they messed them up. Which go back into what you just saying, J Bo. It's only so many dogs in them pictures that you see of them as puppies. So where this dog come from? You know what I'm saying? They might have did repeat that stuff, man. They might have did repeat all that. Eric Watson, what's happening?
Yeah, like where 100 bucks little mates at? Where that pedigree is at?
Mm-hmm.
How many times you think they made 100 bucks?
Right.
The best producing female ever, and you ain't repeat that breed 5, 6 years down the line. Like you got that little Jeep come out of them. I like
Philly
talking
Bo,
with the
think Philly
fellas.
Bo still alive?
Do I think what now?
I wonder if Philly Bo is still alive.
I think the dog was named Mike. I remember that interview, bro. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people don't hear probably heard that video, heard that interview, and he said that it was another one that was better than all of them. Like I
Champion
say,
Charlie,
man, when you get
champion Jeep, champion Harley, champion Dolly, what is it, champion Pilot. How many champions
yeah,
are there look?
Jeep, Jeep, Charlie, Missy, Holly, and I want who that? They got Reno and Kate. I ain't do nothing, did they? The 2 males. I mean, a male and a female. They do nothing. Kate only famous for getting bred to her brother Jeep to produce some dogs. And then Reno,
They should just
he got bred to a dog out of Thor or something like that. Out of Snoot and Pool Hall Red, something. but he's in the pedigree of the Superman dogs, or Superman 2 dogs.
So they got
That's the
something
only
out of
time I ever
all of
seen him in the pedigree. Yeah, yeah. And that's like I say, when people say Jeep and I like Jeep and Snooty together, we are where we at, where we're from in Georgia. That's what when we saying that, we really talking about Reno and the Superman too, cause they didn't really breed that much actual Jeep the Snooty back that way. But what was winning and successful was Reno, his brother to that Snooty Pooh Red Satin Blooded Sunday Cross that make the Superman 2 stuff. The Herschel dog, Bristol's
Mm-hmm.
Herschel. That's what he like said. Black Mupp and all of that. That come out of that. But it's not Jeep. It's Reno, his brother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only time you probably ever gonna see him in a pedigree. Like you said, so it still got something out of all of those dogs, some kind of way, whether production wise or performance.
When I was young, boy, I say that Carver had a whole nother yard somewhere with 100 plus little mates. A whole nother
I
litter that
think
was out a repeat breeding or something.
I think he had like 3 yards, man. I think he had like
Yeah.
3 yards. Cause somebody said Carver had a yard full of white dogs somewhere else. He ain't let nobody hardly see. He had
Mm-hmm.
he had them bred. So it tied into that story we hear about him wrote on sending well he was not the Women of the Night story, because that's what he did with Tudor. When Ed Crenshaw talk about, yeah, he told me that he bred to that dog and that dog on my yard, but he didn't tell me that he was breeding to this dog and Snow and the other dogs when I was gone to work. He didn't tell me that part. He told me about some of the breeds he did. And it was like, you think about it, you got white dogs from a dude, and you ain't got but so many, and you still in breedings. Where you gonna put the dogs? Because when he come to your yard, he gonna see all them doggone white dogs. Now what? Now where all these white dogs come from, Marie? You been
Ain't
breeding
gonna
my
know it
stock.
though. That's right.
Yeah, he gonna know dogs. I gotta put them somewhere. It's too obvious. So that's what they said. He had a
Mm-hmm.
yard with nothing but white dogs on it that he ain't let nobody see. So
And Cat had a yard of black dogs, and he wouldn't let nobody see.
yeah, yeah, and he loves these dogs on the cover. You know what I'm saying? Loves Zebo. I mean, he ain't too much hiding because you got Lady Sesame in the pedigree, but I think he probably bred it a lot more than what he put in the pedigree. You know?
Yeah, all the
People
buckskin.
actually got black dogs sometimes, and them suckers will bite you.
All the buckskin that he put the yellow on.
Right?
Oh,
Pick care of your food. Pick care of food. He going full speed line. He tried not to crash. Okay. Kelvin had them good pedals on his bike. He had them scraps on him, so his feet would slide off while he speed the line. He said he had scraps on his feet. He going fast, speed the line, and okay, nobody stop me. Hey, that's how they did it back then, man.
so they were saying don't believe nothing out of Mayfield mouth.
Right?
So all of them used to talk about
Crooks.
each other.
Yeah, they did.
Look
And
what
and
Mayfield
just like you
said
said,
about look what Mayfield said about old boy. Clint.
Gary
Clint, he
Hammond
said that about Gary Hammond. Look what he said
or
about
Hammond,
him. Yeah.
man. I'm talking about you went
They
in.
said,
Not only did you talk about his dog with curves, you said he didn't. You even went. Now that's a real insult right there. Now that makes somebody want to fight. You
so you
say my
grab, so
dog's a
you,
bunch of curves, all right. But if you tell me, man, he don't even keep his yard up. You can smell the dogs are 50 miles away from his house. You can smell the dogs. That means you trying to tell everybody that my dogs, I don't upkeep, my upkeep terrible.
that man
You know
said,
what I'm
Hammond grabbed the pistol. That man said, the man grabbed the pistol.
I mean, I can't blame him. I mean, you went over and beyond to say that because okay, I got my dogs off some curves. Okay, that's one thing. That's that you shot me with that. Okay. Yeah, man, all them dogs that we curved and he bought them for $10, $15 to keep us from having to bury them because we're gonna put them down. Yeah, this. And oh yeah, by the way, he did get some good dogs out of it. But man, you can smell that dog, man, yard
So he had
50 miles
100 of them.
away, son.
He
And
had to have 100
yeah,
dogs out there.
banging up the place. I said, dang, boy, ooh.
And then he got them padded there. They said that too. Like he crossing that or something.
Man, lying like wildfire. But like you
Yeah,
said, when they
him and
compare these
Maloney.
stories from the front, mm,
See him and Maloney holding over Maloney and somebody else holding their river flag up high.
yeah, they're gonna be that, you know. And then we come to find out all of them was doing it. We trying to isolate it to a few dog men in the past, and we come to find out, oh no, man, we all was stealing. We all done stole some dogs before. We all done peddled. We all done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stolen, lied,
We
and
were
kept.
lying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I lied to everybody, said I didn't breed to that dog, but me and him had a secret deal. Well, I always bred to that dog. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I didn't. You know, all kind of stuff was going on. And they come
Had
out later
the
on,
dog on
years
my
later.
yard.
Yeah, I had a dog in my yard. I'll breed all my females to him. I just tell y'all that, you know, dog got all these dogs come out the same dog, but he got 5 to 6 different pedigrees on all these littles.
So who had that
I
G-Red
was
Ball
gonna tell
Rascal
you,
Cross back then that everybody could run to and make their dogs game again?
man, any way you want to flip it, J-Bo, I'm trying to tell people. I'm
Bujo
trying to
Cole,
tell people when that thing, oh, back
Dabo
then,
Cole.
oh yeah, double Kobe, save your life. Old rugged cross.
Everybody said that was their favorite cross. They were saving lives back then.
Oh yeah, somebody got some bail
So
money
they were
going.
putting,
Yeah.
so they were putting, so the better your dogs, you got to put the bull terrier and stuff back into them.
Mm. Don't got put out of there. Kind of like schoolboy was saying,
That's
like
what we was doing.
they might. Yeah, I just say. I thought that we were trying to get away from it. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like we trying to get
that's
away
what we
from it.
doing. That's what we
Right.
doing.
Yeah, that
Trying to
was
get away from it.
right.
Everybody wants something to be theirs now. But back
Right.
then,
And
they
when
go back into it.
right, that was said they didn't care. They cared nothing about that. They
And they ain't
trying to
know what it
win.
was nowhere.
Right. Dog, 70
Make
pounds
these
on the
dogs.
chain. They don't care. So we can do it at catch weight for a few dollars. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
because they
saying?
happen to
I
have,
got I got
they happen to have a handful of people that had success. For the people that we talking, all that's just a handful of people. That they had a couple hundreds that they had stuff that didn't work or didn't have no longevity in it.
That's amazing too. You got one person who blended all kind of stuff, never got none. Then you got a man like Walter Komosinski, who up until a year before he passed was whooping folks that had name brand dogs with a bull terrier pit mix. You know what I'm saying? Like had consistently whooped butt, you know, and pretty much everybody knew that he was mixing the bull terrier in with it. But like I said, after that's what any competitor. Yeah, you see that stuff whooping some good, like he whooped a Zebo cherry bomb dog that year before he died. That Frank Rocker, he beat Frank Rocker a year before he died when he was old. You know what I'm saying? So you beating stuff up at the top, supposed to be the top stuff at that time in the day. You whooped them. You whooped that stuff with some mixed breed. So I'm like, that probably why Ozzie Stevens and them start following him was, you know what I'm saying, looking at what he's doing to try to make like after you see that stuff whoop so many good dogs, man, after a while you gonna have to start coming to believe it, man. It ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Forget all
So
that.
you think that's
what it's bred.
So you think that's when they took them dogs and bred it to the staff and made them game or made them bad?
I believe it made them better, man. It made them better. I look at the pit bull that holding all the games. I think the ability or whatever of a bull terrier or a Staffordshire. You know what I'm saying? Because everything bigger on them. They teeth bigger, they gums thicker, they bones thicker. You know what I'm saying? Just a better built. Because that's what they bred for, a build and a look. So they look better. They probably could correct a lot of your genetic mistakes with how your dogs is built. Because you breeding for performance versus how dog built.
By how English staff mixed with that. But they wouldn't even call them pit bulls yet, really. They were calling them game dogs, I guess. But what make them go 3 hours? What make them go 4 hours?
Man, them people.
If they wasn't bred to be game. Or they already, the other dogs was already game. And that,
I believe them people
the dogs game.
I think they worked that blood, man. Whatever it was, they worked it. They worked that stuff. They tested that stuff. Yeah.
So the staff stuff made it better.
I mean, they worked it just like they did their pits. Like they rolled them against each other. I guarantee it. If you're gonna be on this yard, you're gonna get rolled. You're gonna be tested. I don't care what your background is, what you is, bull terrier, Staffordshire terrier. You're going in the box with everybody else, with all the pits. And you got to get it how you live, just like them. And whoever come out of it, that's who I'm gonna breed. Just like that.
I just couldn't understand how they were so game, bro. How you would get something so game out of something that they're supposed to be so game. It's like telling me I'm from a monkey and they still got monkey.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see no monkey transforming into no humans either. I ain't heard no monkey break out and go to talking yet. I don't know. Like I say.
You don't know none of the staff guys that know the history of them dogs?
Nah. I looked up the ruffian, what I was telling you about for a while, and I said, let me make sure so I don't be lying. But I knew that I had heard the ruffian name mentioned a lot. And
that's what they call the
I knew, right, the ruffian bloodline. So I said, let me see what it is. Or do I recognize anything? I'm like, I ain't really proficient in the staff arena. But when I looked at it, I said, hell, this ain't no this a pit. When I looked at the ruffian origin, them ain't nothing but tutors. It didn't have Jeff in there, but it had all the other ones in the tutor spike and all that stuff. I said, man, this a pit with the name of a Staffordshire by origin. This a pit.
I'm about the Drew Covino dog, man. And it's stuff Peace
So
Fox.
I know they were mixing. I know they were mixing. I know they were mixing. Peace Falls, that far back in that part of the country, man. Because they make it known that they also imported Staffordshire Terrier, Bull Terriers, and what was the other one? It's another one that they specialize. They didn't just import pit bulls. They imported other kinds in that family of like bulldog. Like they sold those dogs also.
Yeah, because in the 90s, the black reports were still coming in, but they still was matching them dogs in the 90s.
Right. And y'all on y'all show, y'all gave the match reports. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no shame in putting that in there alongside the other game dogs. I mean pits. I mean, I guess they was a game wheat terrier, game Staffordshire, or wannabe game. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They was reported. Y'all read the reports. We all heard it. You know? So and they was accepted by Jack Kelly and them. You know what I mean? Because they could have been like, well, these two matches, this, and this at this weight. One dog is a wheat terrier. Oh no, we're not going to accept. This is a magazine for two pits in the box. We only gonna recognize the pits. We sorry about that. Y'all gonna have to get y'all own thing. But I guess they like, nah, they boxing them up. We gonna report. We gonna put in them. They gonna get a report just like any other pit. Gonna get a report.
So I'm looking at what Big Hill saying. But do we really improve, or we just change the name?
I think dog men had to be just as good as the dog back in the day. Separate yourself from the pack because at a certain point, we all had top notch athletes to play with. So it was on you to improve. I could buy a bag of that. You know what I'm saying? I could buy a bag of that, but say what you just said again, J-Bo.
So do we really improve, or we just change the name?
And we're gonna have to be honest with ourselves as dog men and look and evaluate really what we feeding according to what we coming out our mouth and saying because the standard
So
already been set before we got in the game.
yeah.
And sometimes I kind of agree with what, like I said, you don't touch on all this, J-Bo, on different avenues. Is that in certain avenues we had a higher standard than they did before us because they lied about their standard. Hell,
That's right.
they
They
lied.
had no standard.
They told us a high behind standard, and we said, okay, that's the standard. Well, we're gonna measure our animals to that standard, and we come to find out years later that they ain't never had no standard like that. They ain't never had no dogs to live up to that. So the dogs, but we never did took the time to recognize that, exploit that, and let everybody know that was a farce and fake in the past. And these dogs that we have now, this is the better dogs. Now it was some
So
like Mount Man who
so
recognized that
so
though.
so our dogs were better than theirs was then.
according to the standard and what we was able to meet that standard, many adult men in the era of the 90s and the 80s was able to meet that standard, only to realize that standard was not held by those guys who came up with that standard in the 70s. So people like Mountain Man
So it's
in his story he wrote, he said that there are better dogs. He said, I'm from that era. I came in the 60s. So I seen those dogs too. And the 70s. And he was saying that in 1991 or whatever, that the dogs that's out here now and in the 80s are better than those dogs in the 60s and 70s. That's from a man who was in that era, who's seen all of
and at the same time, each dog that we name, they got one that can rival. Our baddest dog I noticed in the male dog caliber, the first name would be Zebo.
it. Right.
And modern day time, couldn't nobody rival Zebo. But you go back to days, you come up with 5, 6 different names.
Right.
What the name is, the Gas House Dog Daddy. It's Daddy one name. It's the same way.
Who is that?
With
Boy the
my
Fool?
Yeah, small screen. We had dogs like Mayday. They had Kobe Pinson and Kegger and Centipede, and they got plenty of dogs to rival that.
Right. Mr. Star, how you doing tonight? Running Star in the building. You right though. Like I said, Bulldog with Bo showed that, just in the imaginary form of there was weights to be caught in errors. You know what I'm saying? And you could make a compelling case for either one. Like if you read his resume and then you read his resume, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I
So
don't know
so
what he
who
beat,
so
but but
so and
but he
and,
did
and
they
so
impressive.
so on conditioning, okay, before our time, I guess they said Mayfield might have been one of the best conditioners around, right?
Right.
But they had the Mississippi Hawk. Was the
Yes,
same
sir.
caliber of conditioner, not even better at that time. So they had some of the best conditioners. If Mayfield was one of the best conditioners that we know of the time, but they saying this man ran feathers all around here.
Right. Don Seller. For those who don't know, Don Seller is the Mississippi Hawk. People that don't know who that is. But
He had the Colonel.
right.
but if you go back and use the same keep the Mayfield got now, and it was great back then, do you think it'd just be like a regular keep now?
It'll look similar. You know why I say that? Cause he the first one.
Mm-hmm.
He the first one to pull a dog down to its lowest point. And basically, in our keeps that we do that in modern times, that's what we trying to achieve. Uh, they said before Don Mayfield came with his keep, like he was saying about he trying to shape a dog as if he was in the wild. And then the better he hunt is the lower his weight is and still strong. And I guess before that time when Mayfield did that, everybody was kind of like had their dog, I guess, kind of heavier, and they didn't care as much. And it maybe go back to what we was just discussing earlier about it was a every weekend thing, so you ain't had time to really shape them like that. Now, and we gonna
Yeah.
come that weekend, we gonna do them again. So I don't know how much
That's,
shaping you think you finna get out of in a week. You know what I mean? Like you can lessen the feed on him or whatever, and he may drop a few
that,
pounds as the week go along. But other than that,
that was the key. That was the key.
yeah, that's it. That's it. But Mayfield, the one that started doing the 8 week keep, and then they shape the animal and shape him
Exactly.
to where he's so thin but still strong, and they seen how quick he was, how much quicker, and his reaction time, you know, and I think that's what did it, and that gave birth to what you know what I'm saying? They like they were like Mayfield one of the first people to use like supplements and stuff. So he kind of
Yeah.
was that innovator in conditioning, which is gonna be more similar to what we see today. You know what I mean? Athletes, bred athletes produce excellence and performance. I hear you cracking. I'm saying, okay, big here. I'm saying at a certain point, the handlers got to step up their knowledge to match the levels of the athletes we create. What you think about that nonstop?
Well, I think that's the name of the game. Keep on improving, staying ahead.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
there's people
I think.
even back then doing the before the Mayfield time was using a supplement.
Right.
I wonder how Joe Carino ain't nobody had Joe Carino's keep. I wonder how he was putting dogs in keep back then since he was making treadmills. Did he have like a special treadmill keep that was heavy, heavy in the treadmill?
You know, you probably can so that I keep with the pyramid.
I wonder if he kept it on for a
Yeah.
long period of time, or did he have short bursts, or.
Talking about the old
Or are
man.
we looking at? But saying, are we looking at different levels and we not recognizing? Because we know that Kobe had his own treadmill way, way back. So
Uh-huh.
how you got a treadmill and you not using it? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be doing some kind of conditioning either through the week while you campaigning, or are we looking at the very elite? Even back then, ran a 6 week or 8 week keep, and a lot of these guys that had 21 time winners, they really was. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Uh-huh.
think they might have been looked at. They might not have been looked at any less than a condition guy who do 6 weeks, because you still matching and it, coming off the chain.
Or,
It's primarily your heart anyway.
or
You
they
know what I
say
mean?
that for
Because you don't
Conditioning.
convention.
have any.
They say that for convention.
They said that for the
It, it,
convention.
it could be. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm just thought about that. Like, wait a minute, you could buy a Kobe treadmill back then. That's like a old and it lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? Or
I had one.
so there was
I had
conditioning, right?
I had the carpet mill, the Cobra carpet mill. I had one. My first meal that I ever had, somebody gave me one of them. That's what I had, the Cobra meal.
Right. So and that's why I was like, they gotta be you. But maybe they didn't. Maybe we the ones started the shunning of the OTCs, and we didn't look at that as. And they might have been like, nah, like, oh, that's the same. We just choosing to go. Like you said, it might have been, no, we at this level. We are going to the conventions for the big show, 5 and 10 car show. Um, And I read somewhere one time too that the way in which we bred dogs in the era before it became illegal, before it became a misdemeanor. Before that time, they bred a dog like a niblet dog. If anybody in the chat, everybody know what I mean by that. Meaning,
Go buy a living.
it was because it's not illegal. We can be here and sell concessions. There's nobody coming to stop us. We don't have to look over our shoulder. There's no police coming. The police are here. The judge is
Yeah.
over there. The lawyer is over there betting with the dude that's a gangster. And we don't. It's nothing to fear. This is a sport. This is a show. And if it go 5 hours, we here for it. You see? And this is about the gameness of the animal, is what we here for. And the demonstration and the showing of the game. This is what we stand up and applause when they go for 4 hours and scratch with all his heart and everything. Applaud. Okay, now it switch over. It's a misdemeanor felony. It's become illegal. The way in which I breed my dog, I don't want the 4 hour dog anymore because we got to hurry up and get in and out of here before the folks come. So I'm breeding a dog according to the situation that I'm putting myself in.
Right.
Hence
Right.
now the more Ed Crenshaw, right? Ed Crenshaw, Stu Fowler, Hard Bite. Here come Eli, Bullets on all those dogs because they fit the criteria of forget all that. The hour we're finna pick up anyway cause the folks might be coming. So if I can't kill you in an hour, man, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So it changed. The criteria changed with the times, even to the point of the law affecting the way in which people bred their animals. If you understand what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I don't. Same time
the
they
law
had them
changed the
killers back
criteria.
then. Kobe Benjamin was killing one every week.
Right. They were killing too.
Kegel was killing one every week.
But was you breed for that or did it come out like that? Was you breed for the 4 hour dog and the killer came out?
I think they had killers at the same time. Those were them 4 hour dogs.
Mm. Mm. They could do it all.
They could do it all. Now it's either or all. You either or all. Or neither.
So now that we
But
said all that and going back to what you asked.
what I think, you know what I think involved in dogs? The black man.
What's that? Mm-hmm.
They were involved in dogs. They went from their sport to the northern black man's sport. And then we joined in later.
Mm-hmm.
The elite is just like it always been. It's been the few. And then we started combines because it wasn't no more about nobody name no more. It was about we were gambling, you know. We had a bunch of criminals together. We started the big STPs, Kens and the Dems, and we started a different thing than what they did. You know, they were saying it was about their name then, the old time. It wasn't like what they made it now. You know, they got so many big name kennels out there that took over the dogs. I think the black man the
Mm-hmm.
barber. That our dogs got help. Our history changed in the dog. You know, their history always what it was. It is what it is, and it's still ours. But probably the last 40, 50 years, the history is ours. Like once they showed us how to play football, we took over.
Right. Right. Right on.
They introduced us to basketball. We kind of took over.
Yeah.
I think the North States, bro, guys changed the game. I think they changed the game, though. All those names that we didn't know, like the Greens and the M&Ms and the people who come through with the big Kim, then Yellow come along.
Mm-hmm.
That's what changed the game. That would change the narrative. Down my way, dog, the narrative never
But
would change.
Hmm.
we saying the '80s, we're in the '80s more in that part of the country. You saying that
Boy,
not so much in the we?
in my part of the country, the narrative ain't gonna never change.
Yeah. Anybody who know where you from, J bro. Mississippi just not getting rid of having two separate proms at certain high schools, and we in the two G's, the 220
Say,
something.
bro,
And they still used to have a white prom and a black prom.
say,
And
bro,
I said,
in
what?
Jackson,
Both looking like.
in Jackson, Mississippi, last year, they passed a law, bro, to where a black man can't even stop a white man. The court system gonna be two separate court systems. They're gonna have the courts for the blacks, and they're gonna have the courts for the whites, bro. A black man can't even judge a white man. So they could kill something, and the black police can't even arrest him. What's going on down here now?
That's that's what they call that nonstop. I
But
want
they
to
didn't
say
even
it,
let.
man. I'm gonna mess the word up. It's
Say, bro,
called mattress manumission.
they passed,
What
they
is it?
passed the
Mattress
bill.
manumission?
They passed the bill and didn't even let the black people vote on.
That's old. I thought they had, like you said, I know it's different down there, but I thought they had abolished that. They call it mattress manumission, something like that. But what it say is
You,
there is no law made for a black man that a white man is bound to respect. That's what it say. So
right.
when we make a law, we made it for you in words and not for us. It's not the same. When we
You
tell
can't even
you
put.
not to do that, you can't do that. But when we can do it, because we don't respect the law that was made for you. You know what I'm saying? That was in the law at
Can't
one
even
time.
put him.
And
You
I
can't
guess
even
it's
pull
still
him
is.
over. He can speed through town and you can't even pull him over.
Right.
You think I'm lying? Watch the Undisputed. You know that little show that come on, the Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Go back, go back about a year ago when you pull up the Undisputed. You gonna believe what's going on down here right under people's noses. While we are gagging around and turning it back into where it used to be.
Vernon stuff said J-Bo, they went to court and was challenged. DOJ said it was unconstitutional, or Department of Justice. Oh, that's in Georgia too, Vernon stuff. That still happened to this day too, in the northern parts of Georgia. Certain aspects around on the southern part of Georgia. Yeah. That happened in Texas too. Place called Vita, Texas. Still got sundown rules. That's some of the first things they told me when I got over to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He said if I ever break down, because Vita is sit between Orange and Beaumont on 10. He said if I ever
Yeah.
break down, don't get out. I said what? He said, man, if you ever break down, I'm gonna tell you, you knew over here. If you ever break down in Vita, Texas, don't get out because maybe like a month before I got there, it was a homeless white or black dude walking, and they some white guys beat him up and chained him up to the back of the truck and drugging it there.
Okay. Yeah.
So he said if
Yeah.
he said call the people to come change the tire, whatever. Call the people and let them come fix your car, whatever it is. Don't get out. I said, man, what kind of job this is? Then he told me what it was. So yeah, I'm familiar. I'm glad you told me.
Yeah, but Texas got a lot of money and a lot of opportunity, dog. But that's the most crazy state in the world. They worse than Mississippi.
Yeah,
They got that money down there
yeah,
though, and then and that's where the land is cheapest in the world.
right. You know they're around Oprah Winfrey all big here. You know you big. You know you don't give a. You know what? That happened in the '80s in Georgia. A play called Forsyth County, Forsyth, Georgia. There used to be a black settlement. There used to be a black village, a black place. They got black graves over there. They won't even let the black people visit their ancestors in that graveyard because they rent and they told black people told what happened. And Oprah, Al Sharpton, and all of them. It's on the YouTube. You can go on YouTube after we get off and look at it. Show Oprah Winfrey, invite her. They had a bus full of folks from the protest. Them white folks, those people, no disrespect to my white brothers or whatever, but they was out there waiting for them and met them full force and ran them back on that bus. You can go watch it. It was in the 80s or the 90s. This ain't talking about no 1965. I'm talking about, and it's still like that to this day. They got sundown rules. You could come over there and work, but you can't. When the sun go down, you got to leave. And they still trying to fight to be able to go into those woods and clean up the graveyard because they don't let it grow it up and grow woods all over it and stuff. Yeah. And they took their land and made it for site. They ain't buy the land from the black people that own that land. They took it. And now they can't even go back over there. So it happens all over. I know some people might be hearing this and it sounds like we're talking about something that happened in the 1940s or something, but
Yeah, but they got a spot down here. I don't know how to get to it, but we found it on the station when they go into a fight. It's called the last place in the world.
right.
So, we stopped and asked the people about us some direction. They had a little store at the end of a road, the end of a little road. And the lady, she ain't said nothing. She just turned that way, dog. When we pull out the driveway, you couldn't believe how many people were coming out the woods running. Trying to see what we were doing back there. From nowhere.
Hmm.
But it's still
Yeah,
that crucial place. That's still that crucial place in this world. It ain't caught up with the world yet.
right.
Living lawless. Living lawless.
That's why it's kind of hard to explain that to people who not from these certain parts of the South, or like nonstop. He done been somewhere everywhere, so he's familiar with how I go in different parts of the country, and he can tell you better than a lot of people. It's not the same. Not the same.
Say, bro. Say, bro,
Tennessee, not the same as Louisiana,
say, bro,
and
let me tell you
Louisiana the
something.
same as.
I went fishing. I used to go fishing by myself all the time on the Mississippi River. And I parked my truck on the park side, on the street side. And I go fishing on the river side every now and then. I would check on the truck and I heard something. I come to the top of the levee. Probably had about 9, 10 guys jump out of the pickup truck. Straight down. When they see me, I everybody bust all my glasses out my truck. I'm talking about all of them, all the rear view mirror, everything. With bats, golf clubs. And I guess they started touring me around that same time. The state troopers coming down the road to save me that day because I ain't had a stick pin. I've been walking the dog at night. They passed by, and I don't know what it was. They sprayed dog and lit the whole street up. They tried to spray me with something. Oh, we've been pulled, walking dog. They stopped us. They pulled my partner in the bushes and stomped him out. I mean, stomped him out. Oh, say, bro, I ain't seen some stuff, but used to go by my grandmother's house in Manuel, Louisiana, bro, and I was a little younger then. Then, these ain't no old stuff on change, but this one then. There's about 5, 6 trucks of them all in the truck. I jump out the truck, dog, and try to jump on me and shit, dog. At the same time, I'm talking about 15, 20 of them trying to jump on me. But when I jumped back up in the yard, they didn't know if I had a gun or something behind the fence. So they left me alone. But, they kept passing by, dog. We used to go fishing, bro. So where 2 or 3 of us would come out the woods to cross the levee to go back to the levee, dog, and they don't want nobody to walk down the spot the way you come from the other side of it.
Mhm.
They'll jump on you and shit. I'm talking about they jump on your children. If you got 7, 8-year-old children with your dog, they'll jump on your children, bro.
What?
If they catch you over there and enable 2 or 3 of y'all and you got children that's 7, 8, 9 years old, bro, they jump on your children, bro. Hey, bro, they tried to throw a water moccasin in the car with us, bro, on the interstate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's still illegal in Georgia to go across state lines with a black person in the car for a white person driving. They just don't it's still in law, but they don't what call it?
Force it.
Yeah, they don't enforce it. They don't force it. But it's still on the law books. And people wonder they was making a fuss about it because they wondering why y'all don't abolish that. Like why y'all remove that? Since y'all don't even enforce it, why y'all they just be like, nah, we ain't gonna remove it, but we ain't gonna enforce it either. And folk kind of like wondering what it caused a big stir in Georgia about that. Cause they like, people like, well, they thinking that that time gonna come around again. So we ain't gonna take it out the book. But one day we're gonna be able to enforce that law right now. We can't do it now, but you know.
Hey, but they used to catch you swimming in the swimming pool and you go back the next day, the whole swimming pool concrete.
That junk crazy. Well, it's about my time, fellas. They came
Alright.
on here to chit chat, and I appreciate J-Bo and Nonstop for coming on, giving some insight into these hounds. I'm looking forward to the Mr. Hoffman interview whenever it comes out. Make sure y'all check out Bulldog with Bo. every Thursday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. East Coast Time. And while you're at it, check out that Bulldog court every Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. East Coast Time. You're under D. And so, y'all be easy. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out.